What's exciting about data is you can transform it in a number of different ways. You can run it through one filter and all of a sudden it's sound. And then you can run it through another filter and you're getting images out of it. Through a series of transformations, you're actually creating new representations and new stories. And that's largely what I'm doing, telling stories, recontextualizing observations, and turning them into something that's a bit more exciting and intriguing. I've always been a bit of an art geek. I've been really interested in how we can combine technology with art in order to create new and unique experiences. I got my first computer when I was 7, and I think I was more interested in breaking it than actually using it for what it was meant for. It makes you really wonder, what happens if I rip this thing apart? And what happens if I change this variable or adjust this image? And is this asset like actually the image that's in the game? I went into college studying computer science and ended up switching to fine art with an electronic art emphasis. And I got really interested in how we could write software that made images. But ultimately, I realized you could actually take data from the real world and end up with images that were equally rich, but that had a whole layer of significance to our lives. Real life. It's a funny term. It's like these little universes that are being created. There's like this framework of these guidelines and these principles, but those things can be adjusted and all of a sudden you're telling a totally different story. It allows us to take a different perspective of what we're doing and the ways that we're living our lives. There's an opportunity for it to help us become even more human. My life has been a series of experiments, really. Things that I've been personally curious about, and then realizing that other people often share some of the same interests and curiosities that I do. What's been an interesting experience has been with collaborative projects where you make a platform and you ask a bunch of people a question, and then instead of getting back like 2 + 2 = 4, it might equal 5 or it might equal swordfish. And then how do you handle that? Most of my inspiration is derived from just observing the crazy complexity around us. It's not like I have this perfect vision of how everything needs to be and I just have to get it out of my head. You create this system that's going to be parsing and plotting this data, and then you flip it on and there's this moment where it's transforming all of this data into visuals, and all of a sudden you're getting back these images that make perfect sense. I end up kind of constantly gravitating to nocturnal lifestyle because I end up just not wanting to stop. Kind of just keep building and coding and creating. I have absolutely no idea what I'm going to be doing in 20 years. I think it's hard enough to even predict the changes that we've experienced in the last decade. Probably some of the most exciting things are the things we won't be able to predict at all. I think we always forget just how amazing everything around us is. We're constantly surrounded by these incredibly complex systems with people working together, building amazing infrastructure and amazing lives and amazing stories. And sometimes it's about stepping back and looking at that from a new perspective and just kind of appreciating it.